Crew at Dinosaur Adventureland in Lenox, Alabama. It is January 14th, 2026. Tonight, whack an atheist, my favorite one to whack. He doesn't get it, folks. This time he collected a whole flock. Oh, buzzards don't go in a flock. What are buzzards? Let's see here. A herd of elephants, a gaggle of geese, a pride of whales, what's a group of buzzards called? Look that up, would you, somebody? Group of buzzards. There's a name for that. Atheists. Okay, let's see. We're on Rumble, we're on Facebook, we're on X, on, let's see, our own app, KentHovind.tv, and Instagram and TikTok. So come on, join them all. Okay, here we are, the 14th. Coming up in a couple months, April 16th is going to be our anniversary of getting the property donated 10 years ago. We'd like to get the Ark done. We got a bunch of folks helping on it. Praise God, get her done. Focus on everything. Okay, then we have the Aaron Spencer thing coming up in less than 2 weeks, where Joseph and I will be going to Arkansas to help support this guy. Then be sure, hope one of the jurors knows about juror nullification. Doesn't matter what anything happens in the trial. Doesn't matter anything. If you think he should be innocent and you think the law doesn't apply, one juror can say, not guilty. Don't tell anybody why. Yeah, you're holding up the whole jury. Yep, well, take a break. I'm not changing. Yeah. Okay, this guy killed the guy who was messing with his 14-year-old daughter. And they want to give him time in prison. They should give him a medal, okay? My humble opinion. Okay, here we are, Genesis Baptist Church. We are an old-fashioned, independent, temperamental, fundamental, right-wing, radical, chicken-eating Baptist church where God gets the glory for his creation. Okay, we think God, the whole Bible's true, scientifically accurate. Come join us. Oh, I forgot to put, I got pictures of the staff. Forgot to put them in, Joseph. It's been a busy day.
Yes, sir.
Okay, come join us for holidays. Okay, help us stay open for free. Join our 777 club. See, I like what you're doing. I want to help support you guys. Please do. Any amount. I went to lunch with Ernie today. He was trustee for many, many years. I've known him for 35, 40 years. He used to do all the financing for the church. He lives in Westville, Florida. He said, Brother Hovind, it made me cry when I would open the mail and see people donate a dollar or less for the month. That's sometimes, he said, we get less than a nickel. He said, in those poverty-stricken countries that would come from, that might be a whole day's wages for them. Yeah, amen. The widow's mite. Okay, let's see. Go to drdino.com. That's our website. If you want to help, we've opened 9 3/4 years. Okay, Simon and Dan got 10 atheists together to respond to the best creationists have to offer. Right away, I thought of a flock of buzzards. You got 10 of them together.
So wake or a committee.
A committee of buzzards. Awake.
Or a kettle.
A kennel?
Kettle.
Kennel of buzzards. Kettle. A kettle of buzzards. Well, okay, Dan. He called in a few other buzzards to try to circle around and look for any weak prey to pounce on. You picked the wrong one, Dan. That ain't me. Let's play something what Dan says here. This will blow your mind. Well, let's see. Is that it? No. Right there. What did I do, Joseph?
There was an idea to bring together.
Scroll up. Scroll up where you're at.
Scroll up. What do you mean? Oh. Okay. Go get them, Dan. Scroll down, actually.
Together a group of people who believed in evidence.
Well, that's not atheist, Dan. You want people that believe in evidence. Nobody's ever seen a cow produce a non-cow, a dog produce a non-dog, or a frog produce a non-frog. But you got them all connected on your stupid charts. You really want people who believe in evidence? No, you don't, because they would turn you down in a heartbeat. Nothing, none of the lines on this chart that connecting all these creatures, none of them are represented by evidence. It's all imagination. So you want people that have evidence, Dan? Get a new buzzard crowd, okay? But let's start in blabber here. I'm talking.
Reason in the simple power of saying, show me the data, to see if we could become something more. So that
show me the data. I would like to see the data, Dan. None of you guys ever show that. Where is the evidence of any animal producing offspring that anybody with one functioning brain cell would consider a different kind of baby? God said they'd bring forth after their kind. He said it 20 times in the first 7 chapters. Maybe you could get the message. You guys want to show me the evidence, data? Well, then it all points to creation, not your dumb revolution religion. Go ahead, Dan.
When the world started believing nonsense again, we could face it together. Because
I agree. The world started believing nonsense, and that's your atheist evolution religion, and we should face it together and fight it all the way.
the truth is, they'll always need saving. from bad ideas, from snake oil salesmen.
The world needs saving from bad ideas, from snake oil salesmen. That's you. That's you, Dan. You're the snake oil salesman trying to get everybody to believe they're related to a potato and they came from a rock, which came from a dot of nothing exploding. Morons, all of you. That's what the group of atheist buzzards is called, morons. Yeah. Okay. Joseph, I like the chair higher. I can reach, let my elbows on the desk and it doesn't hurt my sternocleidomastoid. Okay.
And from the one guy who still thinks Earth is a pancake. We're not.
Who thinks Earth is a pancake? Called a straw man, Dan. I don't know anybody who believes that.
Here to preach. We're here to prove.
We're not here to preach. We're here to prove. Good. Then you're going to prove your religion is wrong. Dan, you don't believe what you just said at all. You are here to preach. You want everybody to believe your evolution religion. It's nothing but a religion, and you're welcome to it. But don't call it science. You are polluting science with your stupid religion. My humble opinion. Okay. Humble, correct opinion. Okay. Go ahead. Tinfoil hat belongs on you, Dan. You deserve the tinfoil hat. Thank you for being honest.
Hello all and welcome along to another episode of Tinfoil Tuesday with me, Simon Dan. Thanks very much for joining me. Now, last month, the brilliant skeptic contacted me and some other atheist YouTube content creators to create a super collaboration.
Wait a minute. You YouTubes have to create things? Why don't you just let them evolve on their own, Dan? You guys actually put together, shows? Am I missing something, Joseph? You have to create the shows that show there's no creator.
You have to design it first.
Hello, Dan. Hello. You guys just don't get it, do you? I love it. Okay.
Of reactions. Unfortunately, I could not get all of my clips in on time, but they all made some fantastic content for the collaboration. Today is all about my appreciation for them. I'll be reacting to my own short video and then we'll be looking at all of theirs after that. Please do check them out, and if you like them and want more of the same, then subscribe to their channels. So I guess I should start this all off, shouldn't I? We start with the old chestnut. Dinosaurs live with humans.
Dinosaurs and humans living together thousands of years ago. Are you crazy?
Well, I hope not, because there's good scientific evidence to suggest that that is the case. First off, there's archaeological evidence. All over the world, there are hundreds of depictions that artists and sculptors have done where they look like dinosaur creatures. So clearly it appears that they've seen them firsthand.
I think the first error here is that you're assuming ancient people couldn't imagine things.
Ancient people couldn't imagine things. Dan, you're the one that's imagining things. You're imagining that you're related to a potato and came from a dot of nothing. You imagine the whole universe fit in a dot smaller than an atom. Dan, you can't squeeze a cup of water into a dot smaller than an atom. You want the whole universe in there. Talk about imagination. You think ancient people imagined they saw dinosaurs, so they depicted accurate pictures of them out of imagination. Just let him blabber. Go ahead, Dan.
Humans have been drawing mythical creatures for thousands of years.
Drawing mythical creatures for thousands of years, probably so. Atheists have been teaching their stupid religion for nearly 200 years now. So what?
Dragons, mermaids, griffins, and yes, things that look vaguely like dinosaurs.
Look vaguely like dinosaurs. Listen to what he says here now. I'll show you some of the pictures. You decide. Go ahead, Dan.
But just because a creature appears in ancient art doesn't mean it was alive at that time.
Think what he said. Because a creature appears in ancient art, it doesn't mean it was alive at that time. What does it mean, Dan? They're drawing something they never saw? Is that it? You really don't get it, do you?
Otherwise, we'd have to assume that ancient Greece had centaurs and cyclops running around. What these paintings and carvings actually depict is crocodiles, monitor lizards, other large...
So what they're going to show you here is crocodiles, monitor lizards,
reptiles,
and other large reptiles. Okay, and of course,
misinterpretations of modern creationists.
Interpretations of modern creationists. So Dan says what they're depicting is I'll just show you here. Let's see. Crocodiles, monitor lizards, other large reptiles, and of course, misinterpretations of modern creationists. So all the artwork we found, hundreds of pictures. Lost World, I talked to Kristen today about being a Lost World Museum up in New York. She's got a great collection of stuff. She and her husband, who just died here a few months ago, a great collection of artwork from ancient people showing very clearly dinosaurs. Let's see, the Chinese zodiac has 11 animals that are still alive today. Let's see, the sheep. Are there sheep around today? How about monkeys? How about snakes? How about rabbits? How about horses? How about dragons? Why do they have dragons on there, Dan? There's a slate palette from Egypt showing 2 long-necked dinosaurs. Is that, let's see, a crocodile, you said, Dan? That's a long-necked crocodile. Look at that. The original's in the Cairo Museum. King Narmer, who united Upper and Lower Egypt. Why would they have, does that look more like a dinosaur than a crocodile? I don't know how you don't get it, Dan. That's a crocodile, all right. Look at him. Yeah. It's found all over the place. The ancient clay seals they would use instead of going to a notary public. You'd have your own private clay seal. You put clay on a document and roll the seal across. That's how you seal, prove it's yours. Dragons and lions on the old walls of Babylon. There's a lion. You agree? Is that a crocodile, Dan? Okay. How about that? Is that a crocodile? Soldier friend of mine was over there, said, yep, I'm sweating to death. These things are still up on the wall. Ancient walls of Babylon. Ishtar Gate, showing dragons. Lions and dragons. Dan, lions and dragons. Alexander the Great said his soldiers reported dragons when they conquered part of India. Let's see, 2 long-necked dinosaurs necking, kissing, I guess, or something like that. That would be necking, wouldn't it? Dan, you said that they're depicting, these are imagining, they're seeing a crocodile, but they're imagining a long-necked dinosaur. Let's see. The top left is a beautiful mosaic, one of the wonders of the 2nd century world, called the Nile Mosaic of Palestine, okay? It depicts Nile scenes from Egypt all the way to Ethiopia. I came across the mosaic in a book called The Light of the Past, www.saint.com. Okay, let's see. John Adolphi, who just died a few months ago, his wife Kristen is up there in New York, freezing to death. 1562 Renaissance painting, The Suicide of Saul. Okay, now watch this here. Are these dinosaurs or camels, Dan? Or is that a crocodile? Why would they put that on a painting in 1562, Dan? Because they just imagined one. Yeah. They found some bones in the dirt and imagined people riding on them. Anyway, I'm sorry you've been so brainwashed, Dan. Maybe you're protecting this evolution religion for some financial reason. I don't know. But it's not for scientific or logical reasons, that's for sure. Let's see. Let me get back over here. All right. There. Okay. Misinterpretation of modern creationists. Dan, anybody with 1 functioning eyeball and 2 functioning brain cells would say they're depicting
Archaeologists
dinosaurs.
and anthropologists see no evidence that these things were drawn from.
I'm sure they see no evidence that it's really a dinosaur because they don't want that idea because it goes against their religion. Yeah. See, the Muslims can't see any evidence for Jesus Christ being God himself in the flesh. They just can't see it. Can't see it. Not going to see it, even if you showed it to them. Okay? The different religions, they all protect their religion, and you guys are no different. You protect your religion, and I'm proud of you. But get it out of our school system. Go teach it in a private school. Can't survive there, can you? Because nobody would pay for it. Yeah.
Real life.
Then there is the fossil evidence. We're finding dinosaurs being contemporaneous with modern creatures that are supposed to have evolved millions of years after dinosaurs died out.
Fossils of things like fish, turtles, crocodiles have been found in the same layers as dinosaur bones, yes. But why wouldn't they? Because those species existed back then too.
So if human bones are found in the same layer or human footprints are found in the same, would that mean they existed at the same time, Dan? Oh, no. The other ones, yes, but not those. You guys are so prejudiced. You've prejudged. You've already decided what you want to believe. I feel sorry for you.
Are what biologists call living fossils, creatures that haven't changed much over the last few million years.
Creatures that haven't changed much over the few million years. First place, the whole millions of year stuff is baloney. It's a fairy tale. The Earth is not millions of years old, Dan. But you agree that some animals haven't changed. Guess what? I don't think any of them have in any major way. None of them. No fossils count as evidence for evolution. When you find bones in the dirt, all you really know is it died. How could you prove it had any children? Joseph, I've been asking that question for years. Why don't they answer it? How could you prove they had different children than themselves? Today, all the animals we see produce babies pretty much like mom and dad. Have you noticed that? But these fossils, these bones that can't talk, could somehow do something that no animal today can do. That's not science, Dan. That's imagination. You're the ones with the imagination. Just imagine millions of years ago. He'll never see it. So thank you, Dan, for being an easy target. Been a long day today. I like picking on you. Okay, trying to help. But you are an easy target. That's why I do it. And you won't debate me in public, will you? Got an excuse. I forget what it is now. Got a bone in his leg or something. Yeah.
Because they've adapted very well to their environment.
Could it be instead of they've adapted to their environment? Dan, would you consider maybe they were designed? Is that even a thought that goes through your brain? Do any thoughts go through your brain?
Then there are soft tissue finds. Again, all over the world, we're finding soft tissue in dinosaur fossils that surely would have degraded in terms of thousands of years, not millions of years.
The thing is, it wasn't fresh, squishy tissue. They were actually chemical remnants.
You are misinformed or lying. Some of the stuff they find, like the blood vessels and stuff, are still stretchy. Dan, you need to do some more research. There's a whole lot of soft tissue being found in dinosaur bones, and dinosaur skin has been found.
Fossilized molecular traces that had survived in mineral form. Now, soft structures.
Look what he said. They only survived in mineral form. Dan, you need to do some more research.
Can survive for millions of years under the right conditions.
Soft tissues can survive for millions of years under the right conditions. That's your statement. How long do things survive in your refrigerator, Dan, under really good conditions? Would you drink milk that's been in there for 12 years? How about 200 years? Would you?
If they're sealed off from oxygen and bacteria. Even the scientists who discovered it said this discovery does not prove a young Earth. It shows.
No, it doesn't prove a young Earth, but it kind of disproves that the dinosaurs were millions of years ago. Doesn't it?
Is how preservation can occur over deep time.
And last,
he says, well, we know things can be preserved in deep time. You don't know any such thing. How could you know that? You believe because it doesn't fit, nothing else would fit your theory. You have to protect your narrative. I know. Your religion is sacred to you. I know.
lastly, there's carbon-14. Carbon-14 has a short half-life and can only be used to test things in terms of thousands of years, not millions. And yet it's been found in every dinosaur fossil that has been tested.
Carbon-14 is found in every dinosaur fossil. All the literature says carbon-14 should all be gone in 50,000 years. So how are you going to get around this, Dan? This is hilarious. I can't believe he did this.
Tested.
Modern labs can detect unbelievably tiny amounts of carbon, down to 1 part in a trillion. That means even a whiff of modern carbon from groundwater, bacteria, handling, or even CO2 in the air will register a carbon-14 signal.
So you're saying the carbon-14 testing can be contaminated by just a whiff of something in the air, in the water? He's admitting it can be contaminated, isn't he? Dan, stop and think. How do you know the other dates are correct then? I've said that all along. You don't know the initial content of the object you're dating. You can't know that. You're trying to find that out, how old it was. You don't know it's never been contaminated. I've said that for 35 years now, Dan. You don't know these things. Matter of fact, you're admitting they can be contaminated. Dan, you need to stop and think. Call me, 855-BIG-DINO, extension 3. Take calls all day. I'd love to talk to you. I really would. I want to win you to the Lord before it's too late.
signal. Scientists know that. That's why serious paleontologists don't try and radiocarbon date dinosaur fossils. The
reason they don't radiocarbon date dinosaur fossils, they've already decided they're millions of years old. They've already decided the carbon-14 is all gone, so there's no sense dating them. But when they do date them, they have carbon-14 in them. Dan, you don't get it, do you?
use isotopes like uranium lead or argon argon.
Any dating method, Dan, potassium argon, rubidium strontium, lead 208, lead 206, argon argon, they all have the assumption that the decay rates remain the same. There's been no contamination, and you know the initial content. If the original Earth had a crystal canopy over top, like the Bible teaches and like I teach, the radiation from the sun could not create carbon-14. So the animals living in the pre-flood world probably had very little, if any, carbon-14 in them. So when we dig them up to date, and we're using today's standard, which is not the amount, it's not the amount that they had. You have a rubber ruler. How old is that? How old do you want it to be? Yeah.
And those, of course, can handle millions of years. This list is totally rubbish, and as you can see, has many, many holes in it.
You have many, many holes in your theory, Dan. Many. You won't admit those at all because you like it. Gives you freedom from God, doesn't it? Yeah. For now.
Dear, oh dear. Moving on then.
Here's all the questions that atheists cannot answer, but a Christian can.
All right, fire away, but keep...
This is a male. Well, I'm sure at birth they pronounced him a male at the hospital. Planner walk. I debated him once, didn't I? Her, it, she, whatever the pronouns are. Odd. How about that for a pronoun? Okay, let's see.
this in mind. Just because you can answer a question, that doesn't necessarily mean that your answer is then correct.
What created existence? Animal life, human life, stars, moon, sun, the whole earth.
Well, clearly I did.
Everything. Mm-hmm. Did your makeup too, didn't you? Looked pretty on you, planner walk, yeah.
I did say that just because someone has an answer doesn't necessarily mean that they're correct. But in all seriousness, the furthest back we can see is the Big Bang. So it is fair to...
The furthest back you can date is the Big Bang. Who told you that? You can't date that far at all. What banged? Where did it come from? Where did the energy come from? Where did space come from? Where did time come from? And if the 13.772 billion years ago was the Big Bang, what was going on 13.773 billion years ago? What? Come on now. Well, if you don't know, and I know you don't, and nobody does, then you don't have a complete theory. You have a religion, which you're welcome to. But you're making everybody pay for that to be taught in the schools, aren't you? Don't want religion in schools, then get evolution out.
To say that existence as we know it came from that. But then you could ask where the Big Bang came from, and we don't know. Though it might have been me.
How was DNA created?
Okay, he does have me there, aside from replication.
I was going to check and see if he did his fingernails too, did he? I don't even want to go down that road. Never mind, sorry.
With the occasional mistake, I don't know how DNA was created, but there...
Okay, but we have to teach evolution theory in the schools, even though you don't know how it was done. We have to teach that it's a fact, don't we? All you know is it wasn't designed. That's all you know, right? We know it wasn't designed. God didn't do it. That's all you know. Yeah.
Are people working to answer that question?
Okay, until they do, it's not science. Until they get it nailed down and can give an answer and prove it, test it, science, what things we can observe, study, test, demonstrate, it's not science. So get it out of the schools. Get it out of the schools. It's not part of science. It's a waste of classroom time. I don't know, Joseph. Look at that.
Good.
I had to guess it probably has something to do with amino acids.
Why is there an objective, obvious bad in the world and evil?
There isn't, though. We may often feel that way because we don't want to see harm come to others, but some people are fine with harm as long as it doesn't happen to people they are close to.
Why is there death? Why do we die?
Because our bodies do not last forever. Eventually, they just...
Why don't any of you atheists answer this simple question? If evolution is really true, why have none of the hundreds of thousands or millions of different types of animals on the world, none of them have evolved the ability to live forever? None of them did. Be a lot simpler than the extremely complex replication process many of them have to go through. I did a whole series on making babies. I want to get that one. Let's see. How many in that series altogether, Joseph? This is all, what? 20 or 25. Yeah. And you guys never answered any of them. How did this evolve? And why did it evolve? It just evolved to live forever. Lot easier than all the pain and suffering and chance of death they go through with, and the expense of raising babies. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Yeah, there it is.
Stop working.
What is our purpose here? Why are we here?
Oh, well, I've already answered that question in another one of these videos. You should go watch that.
You answered the question why we're here. And we got to watch all your videos to find that out. Okay. Why is the sky blue? Why are you wearing those earrings? Don't hurt his feelings, C-Lab, okay? He might hit you with his purse or call his mommy.
Go watch all of the videos that we're doing here.
How is the earth made so perfect and everything we eat we can easily digest and the water we drink will hydrate us?
Oh, I'm not sure that is quite correct, because I know a few people that have trouble digesting things with gluten or lactose in them. And
So that's a loss of information. There are people with mutations, and all the mutations are harmful, fatal, or neutral. Nobody's seen a good one.
pretty sure even beyond that, there are certain things that humans can't actually digest, like certain parts of corn, for example.
How is our body made so perfectly with every single cell and every single ligament is perfectly intact for its use?
It isn't. Earlier you asked why we die, and one of the reasons why we die is because our bodies are certainly not perfect.
You'd think after all these millions of years, they would have evolved to be perfect by now, wouldn't you? What happened? Your theory not working.
Lastly, a trick question. Do you think being atheist is good?
I do not think that being an atheist has any inherent moral weight to it. It's neither good nor bad. Asking that is kind of like asking, do you think that being a guitarist is good? Being a guitarist isn't something that you can inherently ascribe a morality to. People might have good reasons for being a guitarist or good reasons for being an atheist, but that doesn't mean that being an atheist or a guitarist is then good or bad.
I can't watch this guy anymore because I know what else goes along with that lifestyle. So just the thought of it. Sorry. Okay, that's 30 minutes. We could go through all 10 of the buzzards if you'd like. I got nothing to be afraid of from any of them. Okay. You have some evidence for evolution? None of them showed any evidence for evolution. One of the guys cursed so bad I had to shut him off. He put stuff in his mouth that we step around on the North 40 where the cows are. Put it right in his mouth. We try not to get it on our shoes.
What's up, heathens? How y'all doing? I'm the Godless Engineer, and I...
Oh, okay. Joseph, let me take some questions here. Yeah, that next guy, I don't want him in here at all. Let's see. So that is... Yeah, that's definitely crocodile, isn't it? Oh, you can't see it?
Looks like a camel, Doc.
No, it's a crocodile. That's what he said. Okay, sorry. Questions, go ahead. Dr. Kent, what are your thoughts on the August 12th gravitational delay? Not familiar with that. What's that about? Gravitational delay. I've been using gravity all my life. Does not correspond to a recognized scientific concept or event. Based on the search content, gravitational time delay, Shapiro time delay is a well-documented phenomena in general relativity. I never studied that. If you get into that. So sorry, I can't help. Dean, where's the proof that anything has happened in the Bible? Well, see, this is what the good question, Dean. We don't have to prove anything. We admit ours is a religion. You guys have to prove evolution because you want everybody to think it's science, and we all got to pay for your religion to be taught. If we were forcing ours in the public schools and public sector at taxpayer expense, we'd have to prove stuff. I think most of it can be proven, but you're trying to shift the burden of proof to us. You got the burden of proof, and you don't want it because there is no proof for evolution. That's a sneaky thing they do all the time. Everybody watch for that. They're trying to turn it on you, like you got to prove something. Prove Jesus exists. I think it can be done historically, but we don't need to because we're not asking that to be part of the taxpayer expense. Burden of proof's on you all the way. Don't shift the burden over to me on that one, okay?
We can ring the nose and make it bleed.
Yeah, that's true. Old school. Well, evolution is incremental change, not sudden. Old school, evolution is stupid. It doesn't happen at all. You have to imagine it happens so slowly. See, here we are. We got a single cell creature here, an elephant over here, proof that one turned to the other. How do you know? Because it happened so slowly, nobody saw it. That's how we know. Morons. Darwin used the term living fossils, and this moron thinks creationists invented the term. Living fossils, there are all kinds of animals alive today that are identical to what they find as fossils, all kinds of them. Jeremy, today's my 50th birthday. I had one of those. Man, it's been a while ago. Let's see. Tomorrow I'm going to have a medical procedure done to check for cancer. Would you please pray for me? I will. I would also check and actually suggest that you call Patrick Urish before you go. Put his number up there, would you? Patrick Urish is one of our trustees. He's just a genius on nutrition. He took over the ministry of Bill Sardi, who was a longtime friend of mine and in California, and one of the trustees. Call Patrick Urish up in Pennsylvania or email him. Do that tonight. Say, Patrick, Doc says I should call you. Here's what they're going to do. What do you suggest? Just see what Patrick says. Cheesecake. Happy early birthday, Dr. Kent. Well, thank you. Appreciate that. Darkness. Let's see. If God knows all, why create Satan knowing evil that comes from him, with him? I have to get to heaven and find the answer to all the answer to that. Well, part of it is, it doesn't do any good to give somebody freedom of choice if there's nothing to choose between. I mean, if you are stuck on an island, only one woman on the island, and there's nobody else there and no hope of getting off and no hope of anybody coming, you say, honey, I love you so much. Let's get married. You're the only one I want. She's the only one available, okay? So if God said, I'm going to give you freedom of choice, but choice between what? So I think God, in his wisdom, God created Satan perfect. Satan chose to go evil, okay? It was perfect in all his ways from the time he was created. Read Ezekiel 28 and Isaiah 14. So, but again, we don't have to prove all the Bible. You guys are wanting us to pay for your religion to be taught. Burden of proof's on you, not me. Don't let them shift it over to you, folks. Old school Bible. What are some ways the environmental effect of the decay rate from being a constant? Well, they know the solar sunspot. The sun goes through a solar sunspot cycle about every 7 years. Flares and stuff shoot off. Just Google solar sunspot cycle. And several things happen on the sun that send out radiation and stuff that affect the rate of decay on things on Earth. Go to ICR, Institute for Creation Research, ICR.org. They got all kinds of stuff on that topic that affect the decay rate. Okay, let's see. I'm planning to take my family to DAL in April. I'm so excited. Can't wait to see Dr. Hovind. Well, good. I live right here on property, cabin 1, right across the street. Come on down. Skylar, good job, Brother Hovind. Keep whacking the atheists. I love it. I got more fun than anybody should be allowed to have, brother. Got the easiest job in the world. I love it. Making fun of somebody who believes they came from a rock. That's fun. Let's see. Hello and good evening from Patrick. My time in Boston. I'm sorry to hear about the Boston. I've been up there many times. You got too many people and it gets cold in the winter. You keep it, okay? Hello, Kent. High five, bro. God bless you. Thank you. Appreciate that. Patrick, come on down. Let's see. Troy, what do you think about the Trail of Blood book? Incredible. I've read it 4 or 5 times. The Trail of Blood, about the martyrs of Christianity for the last 2,000 years. Highly recommend that book. We don't sell it, but you can get it online. The Trail of Blood. Troy, let's see. Common question. Best Bible to learn from, King James. Absolutely, King James, the old King James. Nothing else. I go through on video number 7 of my series, Why King James. Get seminar series, $50 for the whole thing, 18 hours. When you're done, you can copy it, then send it back and get your money back. But I don't loan them out anymore. I learned right away Christians don't steal, but they borrow and never return. So have you learned that already, brother? I've got a lot of my books out there in full-time Christian service somewhere. A lot of my tools too. Yeah. So anyway, $50 for the whole thing. Watch it, copy it as many times as you want. Give them away, and then send it back, get your money back. But yeah, I cover all that and a lot more on video number 7. Okay.
Are the sun and moon inside the firmament?
No, the firmament, it says, is where the birds fly. That is clearly the atmosphere we're breathing. The second firmament, second heaven, is outer space where the sun, moon, and stars are. but it's not the same as the first one. There was a layer of air, maybe I'm guessing 10 miles, then a couple inch thick layer of ice, then another layer of who knows how far, we don't know how far it goes, what we call outer space. Then there's only one verse that backs it up. God sits on many waters. There's another layer of water above the stars, a crystal canopy around the whole universe. Maybe everything we see, all these stars, all these galaxies, is a little crystal ball on God's dresser. Hey guys, how you doing in there? Shape up. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see when we get to heaven. But again, I'm not asking for mine to be taught at taxpayer expense. They are. Burden of proof's on them. Okay? Came from a rock. How ridiculous. There's obvious breathing into clay that started everything. Well, for a person, a living being, to create something out of clay and bring it alive, that's very different than the rock coming to life by itself. I showed many times on my show, the evolutionists believe the Earth was a hot ball of molten rock. It cooled down, it rained on the rocks for millions of years, and the soup turned them into soup, and the soup came alive with nobody guiding the process. People can take clay out of our gravel pit here and shape it into a shape and, bake it in the oven and turn it into, pottery some kind, a bowl, a vase, whatever they want, a figurine. But that's different than to say the figurine caused itself to appear. That's what you guys want. You don't get that. Okay. I saw a news article that there's a lizard in Australia shifting from eggs to give. There's several types of animals that already do that. They can lay eggs sometimes. Ovoviviparous. Man, it's been 20 years since I studied that or taught that in high school. Viviparous, ovoviviparous. Google that. It's one of those where some of them, they hatch the egg inside their body. So they lay the egg and don't ever lay it. They don't ever lay it. They develop an egg, it hatches inside, and out comes a live baby. There's lots of different ways animals reproduce. Get my Making Babies series. I covered that on there. Okay? All right. Enough, Eric. How could Noah and the ark escape being frozen in the ice age? Well, it's frozen at the poles right now, and it's nice and warm at the equator right now. It's a big world, it's round and it spins. So you can have polar ice caps and the ark down here in nice warm water. I bet even in the summer, in August, when it gets to 95 degrees here, I bet it's still cold at the North Pole, isn't it? Yeah. So I don't think you're thinking that one through. All right. Did Kent put the Pope Dan back on the wall?
No.
We have a better one for tomorrow night. You going to get that one ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I saw it, Joseph.
Yeah.
Well done. Excellent. That's going to go. Tune in tomorrow night. Okay. And by the way, if you might need a place to sleep after that, go up there. Okay. Did Jesus know Judas was an alcoholic? I don't know that anybody knows. Jesus. How do you know Judas was an alcoholic? He was a thief. Jesus knew that.
Are older Christians truer Christians?
Are older Christians truer?
Sure, I guess they mean biblical times older. Is that true Christianity or?
Oh, the same thing. Yeah, they had to go by faith. All through history, salvation has been by faith. There's never been a change. By grace through faith. Okay, there's never been a change. So I don't know. I'm not sure what you mean by that question, though. What is the process of booking at your park? How much is it? It is zero. It never costs anything. Come on, just call 855-BIG-DINO, extension 5. Talk to Titus if you need a cabin. If you want to just come in your own camper, he arranges all that. We have 20 motorhome hookups and 30 cabin spaces. So we got plenty. And we're building more in Noah's Ark, 7 more apartments in there. Actually, they're togetherments. Never mind. Okay. How do we know Paul was beheaded? I don't know that there's it's not in the scripture, but that's ancient history. They recorded that. So how do we know Caesar was, in Rome? There's a lot of ancient history books. So I think it wouldn't fit into scripture, but it would fit into ancient history to know that.
A lot of questions about the Book of Enoch.
Book of Enoch is a forgery. There are 3 books of Enoch. I got them right there on the top shelf. They're very interesting reading. They're historical. Some of it's historical stuff, but go to avpublications.com for much more on the books of Enoch. They are not intertestamental. They were put in there by a cult to make some of their doctrine look like, wow, this is from the Bible, and it's not. It's be very careful. First and Second Maccabees, Canticle of Canticles, Esdras. I forget all the rest of them. There's 7 or 8 apocryphal books. Don't trust them.
If fire needs oxygen, how does the sun burn?
The sun is burning by nuclear fusion. Several different ways things burn: nuclear fusion, nuclear fission, oxidation. So it doesn't have to have that. It's not really burning in the same sense. Thank you, Dr. Kent, for all you and your. Well, good. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that, Mike.
Okay, that's pretty good. Huh?
That's it. Okay. See you tomorrow night with the new picture up behind me. Joseph, you're not going to get me in trouble, though, are you?
I hope not.
I mean, I saw it. Okay. See you tomorrow. Bye.